Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we'll be looking at an all-new power station that's not your typical one. In fact, it's one of the very unique ones that feature a modular design. In other words, you can go ahead and remove the battery packs like this, aka energy bars, and swap them out on the fly. Now this gives you the ability to go ahead and essentially have infinite amount of power. So in a matter of seconds, you can go ahead and swap them out, and then from there, you have all new energy all over again. How cool is that? Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we're looking at a modular power station called RUNHOOD 1200. Now, this here is not your ordinary power station. In fact, the fact that it's modular should give you an idea exactly what it's all about, in which we have all these cool looking accessories here to kind of showcase how it works. So this here is the very first that I've actually personally reviewed, a modular setup allowing to go ahead and have swappable batteries. That's right, swappable batteries. In other words, as you're using it, and as soon as it starts going low on energy, you can go ahead and swap out the batteries so you can have continuous, aka loop, amount of energy, aka rally loop. Now that is actually a really cool concept. So you can go and essentially have a constant power without any waste of resource, because it even has solar panels allowing you to go ahead and charge it outside as you're using your power station. So overall, a really cool design concept. Now if you guys want to learn more about them, check out the link down below in the description, and today we'll be unboxing this as well as checking out the cool accessories that they sent us as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this here it is out of the box and some first impressions. Now one thing I have to say, it's surprisingly a lot smaller than I was imagining. Now these things are usually massively big, but this thing is actually surprisingly small, making it very portable. Now you do have your handle here on the top, so you just go ahead and lift it up just like this. Surprisingly, it is very lightweight, mainly because of the fact that it doesn't have any of the batteries in it, aka the energy bars, but we'll be looking at that in just a little bit and kind of seeing how it fits in terms of size wise, in terms of weight as well. Now on the side here, just before we go to the front, you do have your LED here. This is going to be for a light, so you can use this in terms of reading books or just using it outside. And then on the front here is kind of where all the action is. So you have your AC ports, so you have 3 different AC ports here, which include up to 1200 watts, so that's a good amount of power. You have your inputs, so you have your DC input, you have your AC input, and then you have your fuse, which just kind of pops open here. You can see all the ports right there.
There's also overcurrent protection, which happens to be the button in the middle. This helps prevent any kind of current above the acceptable current rating of the current equipment.
Now you have your LCD screen with your power button kind of showcasing obviously your readouts, and then over here your DC ports. So you have your cigarette port right over here, so it's going to be your standard 12 volt, and then you have 2 PD100s both left and right, and then your 2 USB-Bs, which are 28.8 volts total. So overall, really cool stuff there. And then on the top, you actually even have a wireless charging station, so you can go ahead and plop your phone on there and use it about. Now this side here is where it gets a little interesting. Now you can actually see there's 2 slots. You have these buttons that say open, and this is exactly where your energy bars or the battery packs will go into, and then as you're using it, you can go and swap them out, which is absolutely cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories next and see what they sent us. All right, so they went ahead and sent us 4 different battery packs. Now these here are called energy bars, essentially designed to be bars that you can go and swap out that provide energy. Let's go and take a closer look at one of them. All right, so kind of showcases it what it looks like here on the front. So it looks like a bar, energy bar, and then it says a red dot winner of 2021, so it's actually a pretty cool innovative design. As you kind of rotate it about in the back, kind of talks about a little more in terms of specifics. So this here is the 324 energy bar, and the capacity is 324 watts per hour, which is great. So you do get a good amount of capacity out of one battery. Let's open this thing up. All right, so we have our warranty card and our quick start guide, and this here is going to be our energy bar. Wow, it's pretty cool. So definitely has a little bit of weight to it, so that does make sense for what it is. On the top here, do you have a power button? So if you press that, it'll kind of show exactly what the life is. So this is currently 2 out of 5, so just keep that in mind. Over here, you can see the spot where it kind of like fits into that modular design. And then over here is going to be exactly the handle to go ahead and pop it in and push it out. So that is pretty cool too. So So that is exactly how it looks like, and they sent us 4 of these, which we'll be looking at in just a little bit. Let's see what else they sent us. So they also sent us this little pouch containing all the different accessories that we need to go ahead and charge our power station. Now obviously there's 2 different ports. You have your DC in and then you have your AC in, but there's different ways of utilizing that, from using solar power panels or charging it via your car. Let's take a look and see what they sent. One, we do get our fast AC charger cable. Now this is directly into the wall, and I mean, this thing's absolutely crazy. I love the fact that it doesn't have any additional adapters or anything like that. Just literally plug and play and you can go and start charging it. And then it also comes with a car charger. So again, you do have your DC port here that'll plug in directly into it, and then you also have your car charger right there. So you can go ahead and use your car to charge it, or you can use it a wall outlet to charge it, and yeah, that is about it. Now they will also have other accessories as well that you can go and purchase going down the road, so that's interesting to see exactly how that all plays out. And this here contains our solar power panel as well as the chargers for it to go ahead and charge our energy bars to create an infinite amount of power, aka rally loop, so you can go ahead and utilize the power of the sun to charge your batteries and kind of interchange them as you're using it, which creates essentially a loop of power overall. So let's take a look at these things. So this here is actually our solar power panel kit. So we have our panels as well as our chargers. Let's open these things up and take a look. All right, so this here's everything that we get. So we have our panels right here, and then we actually have our charger. So this is cool. So this will actually charge our battery cells directly, aka our energy bars directly. And yeah, we have a user manual there. So let's take a look at this thing. So I like the fact that it's nice and compact. You can actually definitely carry this about like this, so that's kind of cool. So over here on the front, we do have our little zipper. This will go and expose our wires to technically charge it using our solar power panel cables. So that's kind of nice. It's all nicely conveniently packed there. And then as you kind of open this up here to show you exactly how this looks, just go ahead and pop that open, and then this will go ahead and unfold, and bada bing, bada boom, we have our awesome looking panels. So this is really nice. You can go and just lay it out like this, and then you can utilize this to create power to essentially charge our energy bars. So what we do is we use this cable here, connect it like this, connect it like this, and then we run this wire here through this like that. And then this part here will plug into our energy bars, and you can go ahead and charge 2 at a time as you're using the power of the sun to make it work. How cool is that? All right, so we're all set and ready to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our energy bars to this. So it's, again, you just kind of take your battery pack like this, or energy bar, and then once you're ready, just go ahead and slide it in there. Boom, you'll hear a little click. That means it's good. And then you go ahead and do the next one like this. Boom. And from there, you can actually see it now showcasing exactly what our battery life is. So it says 36% between the two. Now, if I go ahead and pop one out, it'll automatically show it on the screen that one of them was removed, and it'll show exactly what the battery life is. So we have 30% now on this specific one. So this is pretty cool. So you can go ahead on and off like this, kind of showcase it like that. You hit AC, DC, and you can actually see everything kind of working. It even has a fan built into it, so that's kind of nice too. Press that again. And yeah, I mean, overall, a really cool design concept. I love the fact that you can swap these things out, just as simple as clicking this button here, pop it open, and you can go ahead and swap out this battery and use it for an infinite amount of loop of energy. So in order to go ahead and charge it, there's 2 different ways that we'll be looking at. One is using the AC fast charger, and then the other one would be using solar power panels. But to go ahead and showcase the AC fast charger, you can see that this little tab here, I'm going to open that up, and this will be our input right over here. So we just plug the other end into the wall, and then this into here. You'll hear a little humming. There we go. So we are now fast charging, and you can actually see a live readout of the percentage as it's continuing to rotate. All right, so right now we are fast charging, and you can see right here as it's working. So we're at 34%, and it says it'll take roughly about 1 hour to fully charge this thing. Now this thing is taking input up of 350 watts. That is absolutely insane. So this thing is charging incredibly fast, and I mean, yeah, that is absolutely the beauty behind this, is that you can go ahead and charge it literally in an hour, just like that. Mind blown. So that is actually a great concept of performance in terms of charging something and being able to go ahead and utilize this to its full potential. That is pretty cool. Now we're at 35%, just like that. How awesome is that? Sweet. All right, so we're outside here on this beautiful sunny day. I got my solar power panels opened up, and I'll show you how this works out. So what we do is we just go ahead and plug in the batteries. Here we are. And you can see it's charging using the power of the sun. Now I can go ahead and do two at once, and you can actually see both of these guys are charging. There's one, there's two, and there you are. Look at that. So it's charging using solar power to charge this. Now I can do this for an infinite amount of power where I'm actually using my power station with the two extra batteries, and then once those run out, I can go ahead and swap them out and use my new batteries that are using the power of the sun to give us an infinite amount of power, aka loop. So for my first test here, we're gonna power on a 4K laser projector. Now this here is designed to be something that is technically portable, but does require a power source. So the two to do together definitely makes the ultimate design concept. Let's try this thing out. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in the back here, and then I'm gonna plug this guy in the front here. I'm gonna hit AC. Okay. I'm gonna hit power here. All right, so we have a currently of 20, 47, 57, 58, 60 watts being used at this exact moment, 63, 66. Man, this thing is actually quite powerful. So we're actually using a total of about 153. So this thing is currently using about 150 watts to go out and power this thing on. Obviously it's a laser projector, so you do expect that out of this thing. And now this says that if we use this based off of 35% battery life, we can go ahead and utilize this for up to 1 hour. Now that is absolutely cool. And then, yeah, there you are. So we are actually using this. Perfect. Check it out. Boom. So that is actually cool that you can technically power this on while using that, and it's giving us a nice live readout. So this is great for outdoor activities. Let's see what happens if I take out one battery cell. Will it still work? There you go. It is still working. Now what I can do in this sense is I can go ahead and swap out my energy bar and utilize it just like that, and then put the new one in just like this. Boom. And now I have a recycled amount of energy that I can continuously use without any issues. So let's go and see what else we can power on utilizing this thing. All right, so for this next test here, we're gonna be powering on our Polycade machine as well as our Iron Man suit. Now the two together should be interesting to see. Let's try it out. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out. I'm gonna hit power. Iron Man suit is up. Polycade is turning on. And it works. So right now we're utilizing close to almost 175, 200 watts? What? Now this thing has the capability of going up to 1200, which is still absolutely crazy. You can technically even power more devices on top of that. Mind blown. So yeah, kind of gives you an idea what that's about. Now, I really like the fact that it's got a modular design setup where you can go and swap out these battery packs on your own, and it does give you the infinite amount of power because you're technically utilizing different ways of consuming energy, from solar power panels to charging it off the wall. It makes it very easy and convenient overall. So this is great in terms of somebody's out and about and trying to utilize energy from the outdoors, or somebody who just wants to utilize energy indoors in case there's ever a power outage. Now, I love the fact that with the modular design setup, you don't really have to worry about your batteries ever dying out and making your device or your power station completely useless. This allows you to go ahead and swap out the batteries, so you don't really have to worry about it ever going bad. Now, with that said, if you had any questions about it, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.